Wrestling fans, here's a headline that's sure to get people talking. Former WWE superstar Jack Swagger, now competing under the name Jake Hager, has revealed that John Cena once refused to put him over during a crucial moment in his career. In a recent interview with Chris Van Vliet on Insight, Swagger confirmed long-standing rumors about his 2010 Money in the Bank cash-in plans. According to Swagger, the original idea was for him to defeat Cena for the WWE Championship on Monday Night Raw, but Cena reportedly refused to go along with that booking, which led WWE Creative to pivot in a different direction. For fans of wrestling history, this revelation shines new light on how backstage decisions shape careers and how even one change can alter the trajectory of a superstar's rise in the company. Swagger didn't hold back when asked about the rumors. He said, "Oh yeah, he absolutely refused to do it," making it clear that Cena was the deciding factor in changing the outcome. While Swagger admitted that Cena never told him this directly, he explained that it was what he was told backstage by people in the know. At the time, Swagger had just broken into the main event scene, having won the Money in the Bank briefcase. But he described himself as still being a young guy who had only been there for a cup of coffee. In other words, he lacked the leverage to challenge the decision. For fans who have followed Cena's career, this isn't the first time stories have surfaced about him protecting his spot at the top. But hearing it directly from another former champion adds credibility to the long-standing chatter. The interesting part is that Swagger acknowledged he wasn't the only wrestler who faced this kind of situation with Cena. Over the years, Cena has often been described as a polarizing figure in the locker room. On one hand, a loyal company man and locker room leader, but on the other, someone who sometimes resisted losing to younger talent. Swagger noted that Cena had done that throughout his career, implying this was not an isolated incident. He also expressed surprise at seeing Cena recently put over R-Truth, a fellow veteran who returned for a storyline boost. Swagger said that typically, Cena would hold on to the glory himself, but in that instance, it seemed he pushed for Truth to shine. That contrast shows how Cena's approach may have shifted over time, particularly as he transitioned into a part-time role and Hollywood commitments began to take priority over his full-time wrestling career. For Swagger, the decision back in 2010 was a turning point. While he still went on to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the chance to defeat Cena, WWE's biggest star of that era, could have cemented him as a top-tier talent in the eyes of fans much faster. Cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase is often seen as a career-defining moment, and beating Cena in that spot would have elevated Swagger instantly. Instead, his run never fully reached the heights it might have, leading him eventually to depart WWE and find success in MMA and later in AEW. This story highlights how much backstage politics and star power influence who gets pushed in wrestling, and how even talented performers can sometimes get held back due to decisions that have little to do with in-ring ability. In the end, Swagger's comments add another layer to the complex legacy of John Cena. While Cena is respected by many as one of the greatest to ever step into the WWE ring, stories like this show the challenges faced by younger talents trying to break through during his reign on top. It's a reminder that professional wrestling isn't just about what happens in the ring. It's also about negotiations, decisions, and compromises behind the curtain. Fans will no doubt debate whether Cena made the right call in protecting his spot, or whether he should have helped elevate Swagger at that critical moment. What's undeniable is that these kinds of revelations keep fans fascinated with the unseen world of wrestling politics, and they continue to shape how we view the biggest names in the industry long after the matches themselves are over.